Before we examine Jessica Henson's statement, let's quickly recap the investigation, how detectives arrived at this point. On August the 16th, 2019, officers responded to the scene in Little Rock, Arkansas, where Charles Gant, aka Charlie Boy, was found shot outside of a residence. Police secured the area, photographed the scene, and began documenting the position of Charlie's body along with other evidence surrounding the location. As investigators continued, detectives began interviewing individuals who were also around Charlie and Jessica that night. One early statement came from Nicole Whitlock. In her statement, Nicole explained that she had been communicating with Charlie that night and even said that she acted like she wanted to buy weed in the message just in case Jessica seen the conversation. It wouldn't appear to be suspicious. While that may seem like a small detail, Nicole was with Charlie when Jessica arrived home. She stated that Jessica appeared to be upset. Investigators often look at these interactions to understand the relationship and tension between people involved before a violent incident occurs. That brings us to Jasmine Miller's statement, who described events surrounding the night Charlie was killed. Miller's statement became important because it helped detectives understand who was present around that time. Jazz's statement was also key to this investigation. Not only was she present, but she was one of the best friends of Jessica Henson. Before we go any further, I do want to address that Jessica Hicks is the same person as Jessica Henson. However, her name is listed as Jessica Hicks on the Arkansas Department of Corrections website. We recently had a public feud and was threatened to be sued by someone claiming to be Jessica's husband on Facebook. He appeared to be upset for us dropping this story and claimed that we were spreading misinformation. His claims were totally baseless, as we are reading directly from the police file itself. So for accuracy and transparency, we will include her statement transcript at the end of this video. Now, sometimes when accusations get thrown around our way, we might get a little petty about it. But one thing about this channel, we go over and beyond to present the facts in every case. We understand that sometimes the truth can be difficult for families and people connected to the situation, but the reality is the truth still has to be told. We're not here to be biased. We don't pick sides. We simply present what investigators documented in the case file. So with that being said, this episode will be dedicated to that alleged disgruntled husband. Now let's continue. By the time detectives sat down with Jessica Henson, they had already had multiple statements, physical evidence from the scene, and developed a timeline of what occurred that night. Jessica's account would now become the most critical statement in the entire investigation. In this segment, we're going to focus directly on Jessica's statement. I am going to walk through 5 key points, what she told investigators. In her statement, point 1, Jessica told investigators that she and Charlie became involved in an argument the night of the shooting. She explained that the situation between them escalated and that the tensions between the two were already building before the confrontation turned physical. Point 2, Jessica told the detectives that during the confrontation with Charlie, the situation became physical and that she felt threatened during the interaction. According to her statement, the argument continued outside near the area where Charlie was found. That detail was important because investigators had already documented the exact location where Charlie's body was discovered. Point 3, Jessica told investigators that during the confrontation, she fired the weapon that struck Charlie. She describes the shooting as occurring during that argument and explained the circumstances she says led up to the gun being fired. This part of the statement is where detectives focus heavily because it is where Jessica explains why the shooting happened. Point 4, Jessica describes what she says happened immediately after the shot was fired. Investigators will later review this portion of the statement carefully because actions taken after the shooting often become an important part of determining the timeline of the events. Point 5, when investigators receive a statement like this, they don't often accept it at face value. They compare every part and every statement against the physical evidence collected from the scene, the location of the victim, and the statements given by other witnesses. That process helps detectives determine whether the account that is given is consistent with the facts of the case. Jessica's statement was only one part of the investigation into the death of Charlie. In the upcoming episodes, we will begin examining the judicial phase in this case. including court proceedings and the outcome that followed this investigation. And while Arkansas Dark Side focuses on the investigation and case files, we also hear from the people directly impacted by this case. A short interview with Charlie's daughter will be released on our sister channel, Street Mothers Podcast, where she speaks about her father and the impact this case had on her family. This is Arkansas Dark Side True Crime TV, where we examine real case files and real investigations. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our sister channel, Street Mothers Podcast.